Hello, my name is Ted O. Currently, I'm a teacher. I teach junior golfers and professional golfers, and I'm teaching in Los Angeles, California. I've been playing golf for 35 years. I've been professional for about a good half of that. So I turned pro early, so I was a pro over 15 years. I grew up in the US, and my amateur ranking was #1 in the world. And just recently, about 4 years ago, when I stopped playing, I started teaching. And fortunately, I had a chance to teach from the beginning LPGA and PGA Tour players. Last year or so, I've been also teaching juniors and amateurs. And I'm here to help you guys to learn more, understand more about golf swing. And instead of trying to copy some pro swing, I'm gonna help you guys understand the golf swing. So find a golf swing that matches your body type, your height, and your age. So hopefully, as we go down in the next few sessions and videos, I'm gonna help you try to understand more about the golf swing.
My name is Glenn, and I've been golfing for about 5 or 6 years. My average score is probably 95. What I want to improve is probably ball striking, work on shortening my backswing a little bit. I think it's a little too long. And then hopefully I can get that done.
I'm gonna analyze Glenn's swing. Glenn's been playing golf for about 5 years. How many times a month do you play?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 times, so once a week. As you could see, Glenn is a big guy. He's probably about 6 feet 2, 3. So we're gonna analyze his swing, okay? So Glenn is, like I said, Glenn is a really big guy. And what happens is, for a guy this size of Glenn, if you could see right here, his hand is way too close to his body, right here. And then what happens is, so the reason why I'm mentioning that is, if you look at his takeaway, because his hand is so close to his body, his shaft and hand goes all the way out. So if you look at his head right here, it's almost out here. And the reason why he's pushing it out is because his setup, his hand was way too close to his body, so he was forced to take the backswing out. We're gonna work on that posture. And another thing is, so Glenn has 2 shots. He either hits it perfect or he hits it a little thin. So I saw him hit one straight down the middle, 150 with the, what club is that?
8-iron.
8-iron. And another one was he mishit it. So one of the reasons why he's getting those thin shots is because what happens is when he's taking it back, he takes it back pretty good. He's coming out of the shot right here. So what happens is when he's coming out of the shot right there, so by him doing that, when he's coming out of the shot, what happens is he's leaving his heel vulnerable. So he's actually coming down, he's coming very close to the body, and then his heel is coming in first. If he were to maintain that posture a little better, he could square up the club and try to hit the sweet spot. But what he's doing is, first of all, it was too close to the body, went out, and then he had to shoot out this way. So, and that was having the heel come in first. Let's look at the rest of the swing. So since he's very athletic, so since he's athletic, he kind of saves it last minute. But so sometimes when if you look at his hip, so it's so far out, even though he's trying to save it, sometimes it gets too late. So that's why the inconsistency comes, because when he saves it good, he hits a perfect shot, and he's a big, strong guy, so he'll hit it far. But when he can't when he's stuck here, he can't save it. That's where the missed shot comes from. So I'm gonna help him try to go over a couple things to fix it. And first of all, I would work with is his posture. And look at his finish, fall through. It's pretty darn good. He's well balanced. Yeah, he's a little narrow here, but you know, you could tell he's a very athletic guy. But he's hitting some shots. He's getting to certain positions because a couple of mistakes from the beginning, and rest of the swing he's trying to save it to fix that. So first of all, we're gonna work on Glenn's setup. Okay, so good. Okay, so that's Glenn's setup, and here's gonna be his new setup. Set up to the ball, Glenn. Okay, but comfortably, wherever you were doing. Okay.
A little further away.
Oh, do it normally, and then I'll adjust you. Okay, so guy, he's a big guy. You gotta know that. So you gotta stand a little further away from the ball. Good, and then have the hands go. There you go. And watch this. You can stand a little bit tall. There you go. Stand a little bit taller. There you go. Right there. So if you look at that setup compared to his old setup, I mean, he's a lot taller. He's got more room in his hand. And the takeaway now, if you take it back, yes, he could just take it straight back now. See? Even he's happy with that takeaway. Yeah. So, no, what we're going to do is, that takeaway is going to feel like we're just coming down the shoulder. Yeah. So you don't have to push it out. Just feel like your hands are swinging this way. Good. Give me the club. Okay, the left hand. Take it back. He's going to shake my hand right here. Set it back. You go back. Perfect. That's going to be his whole takeaway. He's just going to swing the arm under his shoulder. There you go. Do that again. That's much better setup. Take back. Good. On the top of the swing, feel a little wide and shorter. Okay? Because he's so big. Yeah. Because he's so big, sometimes he gets stuck turning. So that's why he gets his arm a little too long right here. So we're not gonna focus so much on the backswing. I'm just gonna have him tighten up the short swing, backswing. But he could afford to do this because he's a strong guy. So right here, set up. Okay. Take it back. Perfect. Top of the swing. And this is gonna basically be his full backswing right here. 90-degree angle, and then come down. Feel like just turn your hip, turn your hip. There you go, right here. That's what we're gonna try to get to. Instead of shooting out this way, there you go. Really good. Let's do a couple practicing like that with the new setup. Good, one more. And the backswing, nice and short. There you go, really good. Let's hit one. Much better setup. How about that? That was a solid hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way left.
Oh, hold on a second. Let's take a look at that swing. So if you remember his old backswing, old setup, his hands are much better away from his body, his leg. He's standing a lot taller. On a takeaway, huge improvement. Previously, his head was over here and his hand was out here. Now he's able to maintain that hand under his shoulder, chin, I'm sorry, under his chin. Huge improvement in 2 minutes. If you look at his backswing, the club is staying more in front of him. Really good backswing there. And this is the next part, which is a hip. It's gonna take a little time. Whoa, wow, way better. Now, if you look at it from his old swing, he's got so much more room between his leg and his hand. So now the last swing, even though he pulled it a little bit, he was able to catch it on the sweet spot. Oh, that looks so much better. Look at how much more room he has. And basically, only thing we really adjust was his setup. So like I said, most of his mistake was all started by his setup, and then throughout the whole swing, he was trying to save it from all that previous mistake. And the original problem was his setup that caused all this problem in the backswing and downswing. He was trying to save it. But if Glenn practices his new setup and just a takeaway, I think his thin shot's gonna be gone, and he'll find more sweet spot.
Well, my biggest question is I've never been fit for clubs. I always get the hand-me-down clubs. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's probably a fit, right? How
Oh
do you
yes,
keep it short?
yes. I'm a true believer in that. Actually, I just had my daughter come here and get her club fitted, and then it just made a night and day difference. Yes, swing is very important, but you do have to have a proper clubs built for you,
Sure.
because a guy like your size, even though you only get to play 4 times a month, you're gonna be really stronger than average Joe, average guys. So getting fitted is very important. Huge believer, and I've seen the changes what my players make, and I'll be teaching same swing, and my friend Jay comes in and did a couple fittings, and just the ball flight, everything made a huge difference.
Everything because they're made for you.
Yeah, so the expert will fit a club that's built for your swing, and it really helps me to give him better swing.
Okay.
So for you, definitely recommend it. You're not just for you. You can't just go to the average golf shop, buy a club, because your size, your strength. So you do have to get custom fitted clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very good advice.
Yeah.
And then I think I had 2 different swings too, because my driver. I try to swing out of my shoes every time.
Yeah.
I try to slow it down a little bit, right?
Yeah, but slow it down is important. But when you get your new setup alone, and your arm is traveling under your shoulder, that already is going to give you a better tempo right there, instead of being crushed up and shooting
Right,
straight
right
up.
in the almost
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
just working on the setup. The homework I will give you until I see you probably next month or so. I want you to just really focus on the setup and the takeaway, and have the arm travel under the shoulder, and just feeling that, it's automatically gonna make your tempo better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did. You can tell a huge difference.
Yeah.
When I just made that little adjustment.
And then
Right.
hitting that sweet spot makes a huge
Oh,
difference.
yeah. I was like, it's really refreshing, you know what I mean?
All right.
It was nice.
Yeah.